Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Marvel's Runaways, Season 1, Episode 7. It is called Refraction. So, full spoilers for the episode, as always. We open with some flashbacks, as we've been doing. A series of flashbacks this time, although it was kind of nicely thematically linked. It was all kind of the sort of the Stein sort of couple, and they're meeting each other when they were younger, different actors. There's a nice callback to that scene later, actually, when she kind of says something. She kind of references what he was saying to, because he's talking about, he's talking about time travel, which is funny because we were just talking about time travel and another review.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When this popped up, I was like, "Oh, are we doing this again here?"
Yeah,
I've just watched a big time travel episode.
So much time travel, but he's talking about how you can give yourself more time to consider everything, and giving yourself more moments. And she references that later in a nice little. I thought it was a nice touch when she referenced it. But we see that, we see Chase being born, and then we see Chase being picked up. Victor's picking him up from one of his lacrosse games, and it's a very hard hitting scene. I was not expecting him to hit Chase in the face when he's 12 or whatever age he is, and it's a pretty hard hit. I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked by the abrupt violence in this sense, and I thought it did well to actually sell later on. At the end of the episode, the big climax of the episode is that Victor goes to punch him, because all through the episode he's this happy guy. He seems to not even care that his wife was cheating on him. He's being completely. And we actually find out from Dale and Stacey, who are analysing Jonah's drug, which has some of his DNA in it, that it's like a high and then you come down.
Yeah.
So we're kind of
you're kind of waiting for it, aren't you?
You're waiting for him to go back to asshole mode, and he does at the end of the episode. So when he takes a swing at Chase, it's actually really, really satisfying when Chase ducks it and then punches back, and
it is, yeah,
knocks him over. It is really satisfying. But of course, let's not forget his time travel TV box.
Yes, exactly. How could we forget?
Future Chase with a beard comes on the screen.
Glasses.
And glasses. So a repeating message, and he's like, "Dad, I'm sorry." He says he's sorry for whatever happened, and then he says, "Whatever you do, don't pick up the fistigons."
I hope I'm not too late.
And Stein sees it, but at the end of the episode, he does pick up the fistigons, and because he's about to...
It does that, classic... It lingers on them on the table, you're like, oh, this is it.
And because he has the fistigons, because he's about to blast Chase while he's down, the wife comes in and shoots him, basically. Which
was, again, I credit, that gun was really nicely set up last episode.
You're right, it was, yeah, she had it in her purse, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. And it looks like Stein's dead at the end of the episode. I mean, maybe they'll swerve at the next episode and they'll resuscitate him, but given the message at the start, try to warn him not to escalate by picking up the glove.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably dead, which is a shame, because it means we're losing James Masters. Which
it does. You lose your weekly reference. Go on, get out of the way.
To the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
There you go. It's the last time you get that one.
I'll find a way. Life finds a way.
Yes, unfortunately it does.
Yeah. Now we're talking about all the Stein stuff, largely because it's the most interesting part of the episode, really.
I agree with that.
And there was also some good comedy with them. I thought I actually got a proper laugh out loud moment, because it's a parent-teacher night at the school, and there's sort of build up to it throughout the episode. All the kids are talking about it, the parents are talking about it, and they're at a sort of an assembly at the start of it, but the parents are all with their kids. Presumably just their year, because it wasn't that big a room. So I assume it's just
I would assume so, yeah.
But at the end of this thing, which is not a Q&A, Stein just puts his hand up like this. He just puts his hand up. He wants to ask a question, and she's like, "Dad, it's just an assembly. It's not questions and answer time." And it cracked me up, because then he's like, "Oh, I want to meet all the faculty. I want to thank all of them for shaping my son's mind." It was just cracking me up. He was so cheesy, happy,
over the top.
Yeah,
but in a good way.
It was entertaining, which I think actually made his turn to the dark side, where he's a complete asshole at the end, even harder hitting, because it's like,
I think it would, because if he'd been how we've seen him all show, it would be kind of like, yeah, okay, well, I'm not really surprised. He's never gone quite that violent, but I wouldn't have been that surprised, I don't think. Whereas here it was like, we know Chase is finally thinking he has this bond. Finally, he's like, oh, this is the best it's ever been. And then this is the worst it's ever got.
Because there's that moment, actually, when they're all meeting, because they find out, because Molly confesses that she may have slipped up and, said too much. Yep. They're not very happy with her. She gets a little bit frustrated. Leaves, and she tries to get back to cheerleading because she was in the thing. But when they all meet up later without Molly, just to discuss, what the possible plan is, and that they're going to hand in this footage once he decrypts it and so on, that it's actually Chase is the one who looks hesitant. Everyone else is like, no, it's out of our hands, hand it over. They all need to answer for this.
I do like how they've kind of all had a turn being that hesitant one, or not all of them yet, but I'm sure they will.
Yeah, and what I like about it though as well is that I feel like Chase before all this had the most reason to want his dad to go to prison. Like, but even before they caught them doing anything,
at least the most obvious reason.
Yeah, even before they caught them doing anything, he kind of already hated him.
Yeah.
And now it's when everything's like this. It also, I guess that ties in nicely to the little Molly thing, like Katharina. Oh, sorry, Carolina, not Katharina.
No,
sorry.
Too much of that other time travel show.
Yeah. We reviewed Dark right before this. There's a Katharina on that.
You should go watch Dark. It's excellent.
Dark is excellent. But she says that thing where, because Molly says, I thought everything was actually okay with us because we're all being friends. And Carolina points out, like, well, I like that outlook because, we're all being friendly again, but it's because our parents might be murderers and the police are paid off and, like, all these things. Like,
Yeah.
You look at the silver lining, but...
the optimism of youth.
But do you know what I like about that, though, is it actually works for us as the viewer, because, especially us, because we've specifically said how we think the best part of the show is the kids when they're together. So, I think it actually works for us because we were like, that is the silver lining. Yeah, you're all together. Yeah. It's great.
Let's do this.
Be friends. It's good stuff. Which probably... Well, it's just to finish off Stein stuff, because we probably won't come back to it if I don't do it now. So he threatens the lacrosse coach to take Chase back, even though Chase doesn't really want to go back. So I'm not sure if anything will come from that. I think the scene was mostly just showing us that he's starting to get a bit unhinged.
To go, yeah.
And obviously there's the thing where he takes Robert's hand, he goes to handshake, because he starts off as like, I really want to thank you for being there when I couldn't be
looking after Janet when I couldn't.
Yeah, and then he just pulls his hand in, and it's like, Janet has to come over and be like, come on,
break
fellas.
this up. Yeah.
Come on, Victor, let's go talk to the chemistry teacher or whatever.
Obviously we should try to go in with this, keep this family. Janet, and obviously speaks with Chase early on, and it's like, she's like, yeah, okay, no, I'm staying with your dad, and that was nice, but and I should have noticed that he had cancer. That's on me. I missed those signs.
I should have noticed he had. I'm sure, you know what, you'll be fine. Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Yeah,
that was a reference to The Room for anyone who didn't catch it.
Very good.
But yeah, no, Joe, actually, like, I wouldn't say this was like, it was a fine episode. I don't think there was anything particularly wrong with it. It just wasn't necessarily the most exciting episode.
I agree with that.
But one of the little touches that I did like, that at least played quite well from a dramatic point of view, is throughout the episode, Robert keeps, like, because he talks to Nico, and she's like, she's not even mad at him. She like hugs him. She's like, you're not going to be here when I get home. That sucks. Maybe you could apologise to Mum. Maybe you could do this. And she tries to talk him into like that, and he's like,
yeah, it's like, I'm sure you could sort it out.
And he's just like, I don't really want to. And he's being honest, and he's like, no, I'm in love with Janet.
Yeah, that's it. She goes, oh, don't tell me you're in love with Janet. And he goes, well, it's like, you're in love with Janet.
And then later on, in front of Nico, she hears from Chase that, he says that his mum says, no, it's over now. She's through with it. Yeah. And I like the kind of build up, knowing all episode that she doesn't want anything to do with this anymore. She wants to move on and get back to her marriage, try and fix things. Yeah. And he's doing the opposite. He's like shutting everything out and be like, no, I'm in love with this woman. I want to give up everything to be with her. And
I think, ironically, with Victor potentially being dead, that's all the more reason for Janet to go, yeah, come on then.
Yeah, well, that's true. If anything, I mean, depending if this played this way, it may be annoying, but if anything, like, I could see him turning and go, like, what? Oh, no, he's dead? You want me? No, you rejected me.
Oh, God, don't do that.
I think it'd be justified to an extent, though.
It would, but I don't want to watch it.
That's fair. So you got that, and obviously there's a little bit of drama with Jonah wanting this to be fixed. He's not happy that there's this kerfuffle in the Pride.
Yeah.
So we got a bit of fixing going on. And I love how she sends a text. Actually, she sent a text to him saying, "Oh, everything's fixed. We're okay." And then like 2 scenes later, gunshot. Victor's dead. I'm like, yeah, you solved that a peach.
Yeah, yeah. I have to admit, as much as this is generally not the best episode, it's not a bad episode, but I'm starting to enjoy the parent interactions more than I was.
Do you know what moment I oddly quite liked?
Go on.
It was after the whole rejection scene with Robert and Janet, and Tina like comes out and sees him crying, and there's this really awkward moment of him looking up at her, and he's upset because he just got rejected, like
Yeah, yeah.
unanimously rejected, and she's like doesn't know how to process the fact that she's watching him cry about another woman, but you can see that she also feels bad for him because he's completely devastated, and I just thought that was an interesting kind of
No,
levels.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
There was levels of drama there. It's a really awkward moment, but
yeah.
they care about how each other's feel. At least they did at one point, so it's still kind of there, even if she's
It
pissed
is.
at him.
Yeah, and there's other moments as well, like Tina and Leslie. So they both thought, "Ah, I was you were my right hand person." They kind of both had that. Just there's these little bits of like almost banter that's starting to come from the parents that I'm enjoying.
Yeah, and of course, speaking of Leslie, was it Frank? Frank's her husband,
Frank is her husband, the tool.
the tool. So the episode does this fake out early on where we think he might have magic powers because he comes in and he's like, "I can heal this dying man," and this glow comes from his hands, and I'm like, "What? Did he go ultra? Is this ultra?"
Yeah, Ultra's real.
Is this man? How many people are ultra? And if she's ultra as well, why is she not healing him? Come on now! And then he comes outside. He's pulling off these gloves, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And apparently Jonah, he might speak to Jonah, and Jonah gave him gloves.
Yeah, and Leslie knows exactly what these gloves are.
Yeah, and she's like, no, you shouldn't have spoke to him. She's not very pleased about it, and she's like, yeah, this is kind of like not a placebo effect, but it feels like there's going to be consequences.
Well, no, this is it. She calls it a parlor trick.
Yeah.
But then she says, "Oh, but what if that family goes and says, oh, you're a healer?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm counting on it." But that implies that the man is healed.
Yeah.
To some extent.
The parlor trick thing to me sounds like it's not going to last that long, though.
Yeah. Like, okay, maybe he's healed for now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Like, if Frank's making this power play, he's getting the old stuff out of stories. Like the founder.
Frank's so dead in the next couple of episodes.
He so is. Jonah's going to make an example of him, and he finds this photo of Jonah at the same age with a like teenage Leslie, and he confronts her with the photos. Like, explain this to me. And he has more of those like weird flashes of memories of seeing them having sex, and she actually admits that they had a relationship, and she's like, and admits that he's like the person who saw the light or whatever the phrase was. Like,
yeah, the thing that their messiah essentially.
He greeted it. He witnessed it. And and because of that, he's like the most important like figure in the church.
Yeah.
So Frank's got a lot to process. He's struggling with a lot of this stuff.
Yes, yeah.
That's the thing.
He's so dead. I can't wait. It's gonna be satisfying.
The parents are snooping around Alex's bedroom.
Yeah, I was less
stuff.
interested in this part.
It's
fine. It's
made
like, okay,
sense.
it's doing what it has to. But where I was saying some of the other parents, there's banter things I'm enjoying. There's one or two lines from this set of things that I like, but mostly I'm like, okay, well, let's just do this.
I liked how she quickly made it about, well, these shots aren't going to clean themselves, like when he questioned why she's there.
Yeah, the line I did like a lot was, okay, I've got this plan, but it revolves around Stacey and Dale keeping a secret. And they both were like, oh, shit.
And they go to Stacey and Dale, and they're like, no, we have to do something with Molly, and we find out they're basically going to ship her off to some second cousin. And because they're worried that if Jonah finds out,
they claim is a second cousin.
No, they claim, sure. I mean, I'm willing to buy that it was a second cousin.
It's plausible enough, absolutely. But
I feel like that's kind of why I believe it's real. It's because this is as close as you could find, and you're trying to sell it. Like you're going to some family member who's really important to you.
No, it is. But here's the thing: the reason that I'm saying maybe it's not is they have to keep a secret. Is the secret that it's not really a family member?
Oh no! The secret's that they've shipped off. No, that's not a secret. The secret's doing it all in the first place, and they have to pretend to Jonah that there's nothing bad about it.
Oh, okay. I'm with you.
Yeah, that's not the secret.
Okay, I'm with you. I was thinking as well, like, they have to keep a secret from like her, so that it doesn't ask questions and cause too much of a trouble.
Well, I don't think they're outright saying why they're sending her, so that's still a secret as well.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, so I actually, I mean, as much as the Stein stuff was the most interesting, arguably the most affecting scene in the episode might be her breaking down, because I got really excited when I thought she was going to use her super strength. Like,
Her eyes turn. I'm like, oh.
because they're like, oh no, you're going to go, and she doesn't want kicked out. And what was weird is Gert talks her down, but she's like, oh, for now you have to go so we can like figure this out. But I'm like, we're not losing Molly though. Like, we're going to
Yeah, that's what
stop
I'm
this.
like. So you're saying, oh, we'll let her go, but can't be for long if they
No.
do.
Molly's great. I feel like,
I feel like is this where she runs away?
yeah, I feel like this is building up. Like either she'll run away first and then they'll join her after events, or like this will be like not as quick as we think it'll be, and it'll be during the process of her leaving that everything
They
goes
all
down,
run, yeah.
and yeah.
I can see her running away first, being like, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm going. And they kind of slowly join her.
But no, I really like that moment where like, no, I'm sorry, but you have to go, and she just steps in and was like, I'd like to see you try. And oh, she's breaking out the super strength. Do it, do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I like Stacey and Dale, but still, like, because
Well, as we've said for a while, they're certainly the nicest and most relatable of the parents.
earlier on when he accidentally like gets a little bit of the Jonah drug, and he's like
Jonah Juice, come on.
and he's super happy about everything. He's like, oh, that's the best kiss I've ever had. There was like magic, between our lips and whatever else he was saying. Uh, no, I was entertained.
Yeah, and I'm worried. I mean, I assume he won't come down as hard as Victor, right? Because he only had a little drop.
Well, no, I think we saw him come down. That was him just being miserable at the
Yeah, that's
teacher
what I
night.
mean. I think that's meant to be just it. He's not going to snap at all.
Yeah, he just felt like he was hungover, basically. Really bad time
Yeah,
hangover. That's what he had.
that's what I was thinking. I was just making sure there wasn't going to be something else.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think if the extent of it was maybe him getting a bit more stern when he was talking to Molly, when Molly was refusing to do anything. But you could tell they didn't want to do it, though. They're kind of like, no, we have to do this. Or
Well, yeah, because the implication, at least, is from the other parents, it's like, well, either she goes or she's probably going to get killed.
if not kill, John will do something else, maybe like erase her memory completely or something like that, or just something
Yeah,
awful.
it's almost like, no, this is horrible, but this is better.
Yeah. So no. I do kind of love the idea of maybe at the end of the season we'll have a moment where Jonah realizes the kids are all a threat, like they all know, and they've run off, and
Yeah,
like we have that thing, because as much as like I think there's been cons to dragging out like the eventual runaway, which I mean at this point it's the end of the season, right? I mean
is, yeah.
we're episode 7, so. But I do think one of the pros that I find are interesting is that the parents right now are trying to do damage control, and they think they can still contain it. They think it's still okay.
But we know as an audience it's inevitable.
Yeah, but I love the idea that maybe the incident that's going to like tell them all that, oh, this is much further than we thought it was, is like, the kids will maybe not, I don't know if they'll intentionally send it to them, but they'll send them the footage, or they'll see the footage and realize it's out there because the kids got it and they're trying to like put them away. Like, it's one thing to think, oh, our kids might have seen something or know that we're up to some of these things.
But having proof is completely different.
Or not even just having proof, the fact that they're actively trying to get them, punished for it, get them incarcerated, whatever.
Yeah.
Get the law involved.
Justice.
Justice, yes. But yeah, the fact that they're actively trying to do that, I think, is the big thing that maybe they're not expecting. Like, it's one thing to think, oh, they may be a problem because they might accidentally say something that'll get us into trouble. No, they're actively trying to achieve this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think that's pretty cool, pretty fascinating. Also, just as a little moment I kind of liked was Molly and Carolina when they're just kind of bonding over they both have superpowers.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was just a nice little touch, not a big deal, but just a nice little character beat.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's all that. I think the episode overall's fine. It's not the most exciting. It's not bad either.
I do think Alex and Nico spins his wheels a little bit.
Oh, that's the one thing we've not talked about, actually. I'm sure you're glad that she was like, hey, that password. One of my little character beats that I really liked was towards the end when she comes into the coffee shop and she sort of sits down like all as if she's going to be super flirty, and she sort of like swings her legs about into like crossing them over, and she's like, hey, so that password, and I'm like, that was kind of funny. I liked her being kind of so jovial about it, but it's like, no, she's about to get stern. She wants this answer.
Yeah. But I think that's ultimately why I think it spins its wheels. That's it. All episode is, hey, what's the password? Where did you know that?
Yeah.
It never really goes anywhere yet.
No, I mean, I guess I'll kind of defend it in the sense that it's still only 2 scenes. It's the scene where she brings it up, and then it's the scene where she confronts him about it again at the end.
It is, but given that's kind of all that they have this episode, it feels like I could have done with something else instead.
I think it's just the focus is being elsewhere. I mean, I suppose you could argue just give them less and not have them have anything, and then do it
just the once, maybe, yeah,
as part of the plot next episode when they've got more to do it. I don't know.
I feel like bringing it up twice, but with no resolution in this episode.
Oh yeah, I will say that I definitely thought we were going to hear it when she asked the second time. I thought he was going to confess in the coffee shop.
I think that's my problem. That's why I feel like it spins its wheels, because it's like, okay, once is a reminder,
and I think he might actually still do it in that scene essentially, or just it'll be next episode.
Next episode, yeah. But that's my biggest problem with it, I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But it was fine though. It was a fine
Solid.
episode. Yeah. I mean, I think we're at a point now where we like the characters enough that they carry some weaker episodes.
They do, yeah.
And it's not even that it's a weaker episode. It's just a little bit more less eventful, I guess. I think last episode you had all that sneaking about at the party, trying to get into things. Episode before that was when they all used their powers in front of each other with the car and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then you really notice it when you get to the end of this, and you have he goes for the fistigons and the gunshot. You're like, oh shit, yeah, you could have had this for this sort of stuff for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't think it was wasting time. I think most of what it did was relevant stuff that we need to do. It's just
I agree.
Yeah. But hey,
and that's something we have in a lot of TV shows as well, where every so often we'll get an episode where this is the moving the pieces episode, where it's uneventful on its own, but it's important in the larger context.
Yep, absolutely. So that is Runaways episode 7. So let us know what you think of this one in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on the Twitters at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/mailfuzztv. You can do that over there. There'll be a link to that and all important links in the description. But otherwise, that is us. So thank you once again for watching. Keep watching TV, guys. Have you got any vanilla?